Hi there, I'm Kevin Cruze. As a profession, I work in the world's leading international bank in Sri Lanka, and I'm also the founder and artistic director of Cole Theatre 7. Today, I'm featured on today's episode of Ask Me on ITV. So the first segment today is actually me. I have absolutely no clue as to what's coming my way. I'll probably get to know myself even more. So, ask me.
Hi, Kevin.
Hi.
What are your top 3 travel destinations in Sri Lanka?
I'd say the north, because it gives me peace of mind. South, because probably relax with my friends. And the east, because I've never been there.
What brings out the inner child in you?
I guess playing with my kids brings the inner child in me, because I shamelessly, effortlessly go back into that childhood of mine. So yeah, it's my children.
What is your favorite game or sport to watch and play?
Well, I don't think it'll be a surprise to a lot of people. It has to be cricket. But yeah, it is definitely cricket.
How would your friends describe you?
Well, I like one thing. Is the fearless leader concept comes up quite often. That I'm not afraid to go ahead or put my feet into things and get things going. Yeah, I'll just stick to that. I don't think I want to reveal the others.
Would you rather trade intelligence for looks or looks for intelligence?
Yeah, I think it's intelligence.
How has your experience been working with today's youth for your upcoming production of Cruze?
Well, I think it's a little different. I think it's very typical for someone older to say that things have changed. So even during the rehearsal process, you see a lot of youth, although they are very talented, they can get easily distracted. So I think the challenge for me as a director is to see how I can balance both of them. And while I can't ignore the fact that there is no smartphones, I also need to ensure that I give the right exposure and right guidance to the youth nowadays.
Who would you want to play you in a movie of your life?
To be honest, I don't know. I haven't thought about that casting as yet.
Is there anything you wished would come back into fashion?
Bell bottoms, because I haven't worn it, and I'm doing a musical of of 50s, 70s. So the only place I could probably wear something like that is on stage, and guess what? I'm not in it. So yeah, maybe.
If you were the ruler of your own country, what would be the first law you would introduce?
Discipline in many aspects.
What 3 things do you think of the most each day?
Right now, it's work, Greece, and family. How am I going to balance all these?
If you had a warning label, what would yours say?
Go sleep.
What song would you say best sums you up?
Only time. Because I wait patiently for a lot of things, whether it be theatre, whether it be work, career. It hasn't been easy.
What celebrity would you like to meet for a cup of coffee?
All right, so I look at this guy as from a performance point of view, as an idol, the wrestler Shawn Michaels. So definitely I'll want to meet him for a cup of coffee, simply.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how funny would you say you are?
I'm not that funny. So probably I'd say 6 to 7, because sometimes I can be very sarcastic and it can be funny.
What is one thing you will never do again?
Go on a roller coaster. Never. Never.
What is a relationship deal breaker for you?
I'd say if the ideas and visions don't align, because my visions and expectations in terms of what I need to do is quite high. Yeah, if that doesn't align well, then that probably might be the deal breaker.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years? So
as a director of Cole Theatre 7, I have my own vision in terms of what I need to be doing for Sri Lankan theatre, and for the tourism in Sri Lanka. So by doing theatre, by showcasing these kind of productions, what I am trying to do is trying to see how I can attract the tourists from South Asian market to come to Sri Lanka.
What are 3 things you value the most about a person?
Honesty, hard work, and commitment.
If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be?
It is definitely Sri Lanka.
What's the most exciting thing that's happened this year?
Well, this year is all about Greece for me so far. I've not been able to do anything else but think and put my time and effort on that. So right now, with 2-3 weeks to go before the opening night, I guess that's the most exciting thing for me right now.
What is your role in the upcoming production of Greece?
Well, I am the director of it, to start it off with. But I play quite a few roles, as in, as a the cast is quite young and quite new. So I also tend to fill in that role of a father figure there. I see myself as a father to the cast members, but yeah, primarily my role is as a director.
If you could only eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
I think I'll go back to my favorite, which is dosa.
Would you rather win the lottery or work at the perfect job? And why?
Well, in the current context, doing multiple things right now, I'd fancy that lottery and do nothing, but but being me, I don't think I can last doing nothing, so obviously I'd probably do the job I love. I honestly didn't know what I was getting myself into, but it was fun. It was fun. Some of the questions I didn't even know the answer to. I probably might have to go home and think about it. Anyway, thank you very much. It was fun. I'm looking forward to what's in the next segment. So the next segment for today, I was told, is Who Am I? Well, this can be a little bit more interesting. Let's go for this. Okay, what's Kevin's full name? Yeah, a lot of people know me as Kevin Cruze, but my full name is Kevin Mark D. Cruze. So that's something you might have not known. Okay, what's the craziest thing Kevin has ever done? Right, so for 2 years I was in the UK when I was 25 or 23, and for 2 years I did not reveal myself to any family member. I went when I was about 90 kilos, and in 2 years I came back with a full-grown beard and long hair and 53 kilos. I'm glad no one, got the shock of their life. How would Kevin define theatre? For me, it's where I go to, relieve my stress sometimes. And that's the sort of environment that I also want to create for my artists or, actors. Like people, it's something similar to, how people after work go to gym or go to, go do sports or whatever. You come to theatre to have fun, to relieve, to relieve your mind or, to relieve the stress. So that's the sort of environment I'd like to create. Theatre, come there, have a lot of fun and go home. Would Kevin rather be blind or deaf? Oh, wow, it's tough. I think I'd rather be deaf. Probably will give me the peace of mind as well. Sometimes, silence is what you need sometimes for your mind to keep going. So I think that probably might work to my advantage as well. Who knows Kevin best? Well, I might get in trouble for this, but I think my mum has a little bit advantage more than my wife here. Because, I still can't understand, how she knows me. My wife's the same, just that, but I think that little bit of a bonus point I think I need to give my mom, because obviously she's been there for about, extra 20 years or something with me. So yeah, but my wife is there, just there. What is Kevin's favorite theatre production yet? This is a very tough one. So I won't pick one of my own. Rather, I'd say probably pick someone else's. So when I traveled, when I was in UK, etc., I saw The Lion King and I was, overwhelmed by it. I was taken aback by, what I saw in terms of production and the showmanship when it came to Lion King done in the West End. But similarly, here, I also saw Phantom of the Opera in UK, but then Phantom was done in Sri Lanka as well by the workshop players when Jerome De Silva directed it, and wow, what a performance that was. So it goes to show the amount of talent and quality even Sri Lankan theatre can produce. So let's see what's this got. What is Kevin's greatest accomplishment? I think the greatest accomplishment is actually being able to bring people together, explore their talents, give them the opportunity to get on stage, give them the opportunity to, do these kind of musicals or plays on stage. So I think that is my greatest accomplishment. What are Kevin's other passions? Well, it has to be sports and definitely cricket. Like football as well, but then obviously cricket tops it. That's something I'm really passionate about. If Kevin could have a superpower, what would it be? I probably might not be able to do this for a very long time, as in everyone wears off and everyone has to call it a day at some point. But the fact that, I don't want what I've started in terms of giving people the chance, the opportunity to die. If I can go for long, probably that's a superpower. Endurance, probably, I guess. What is Kevin's biggest pet peeve? Well, with the multiple groups nowadays, WhatsApp groups, and as being in the production or heading it, sometimes you'd appreciate an acknowledgement or a response saying that things are going according to plan or whatever, but you don't get that response, but you got about 100 groups on WhatsApp. Okay, moving on. Who is Kevin's biggest inspiration? Again, I think it's my family, because for everything that I've done in terms of most of the time I'm not at home, but the fact that they still keep supporting me, helping me to achieve what I want to achieve, helping me to follow my dreams, vision. So when I look back, so these are the guys who inspire me a lot. If Kevin could speak another language, what would it be? Probably Hindi, as in because not because of anything, because my wife knows Hindi, and sometimes it might be you might be at an advantage if you know the language. So yeah, probably Hindi. Okay, so what was Kevin's dream job growing up? It wasn't a job as such, but I always wanted to play for Sri Lanka when it came to cricket. Probably if I wasn't in drama, I would have won the World Cup this time. Anyway, never mind. Does Kevin sing? No, I don't. I don't do that. So that's something, one of my long-term goals. I've told some of my music directors that I'm working with, you guys need to get me there at some point. But let's see. It's a tough task. I understand that. But let's see. Okay, moving on. What makes Kevin laugh the most? Yeah, it's again, spending time with people, just chilling around sometimes. After hard days of work, hard day of practice, you just want your close friends, next to you or your family. Watch something, do something, eat something, drink something, whatever, very simple. Okay, moving on. What is Kevin's biggest fear? It's your own self sometimes doubting it, and you can convince 101 people if you're confident, but when your own self, the subconscious memory, doubts or plants that seed in you, that's what's worrying sometimes. So I guess that's my greatest fear. What is Kevin's favorite fast food chain? It has to be McDonald's and Pizza Hut. Every 2 weeks you get that 15% discount as well. What is the one thing Kevin can't do without? How to make something out of nothing? I don't go the traditional way of doing things. I try to see what originality I can bring into something. So the little ideas that makes it different excites me. What is Kevin's favorite non-physical attribute about himself? Well, it has to be, so I have this massive vision to make English theatre a profession at some point. I do not know how successful I'll be. It probably might not happen in my generation or my son's generation, but at least my grandson's generation or granddaughter's generation, if someone's able to in Sri Lanka, or get paid for doing arts, I think that'll be a great step for Sri Lanka. So that's my vision, and I'm working towards that. What is Kevin's favorite childhood memory? It's again spending time with family, because we didn't have much things to do back then, but spend time with family. Is Kevin a cat or a dog person? Oh, I'm a dog person, definitely. I'm a dog person. It's just that I don't have time for my, the dogs that I have at home. If Kevin had to act in Harry Potter, who would he act as? Well, I might have to shave my hair for that, but it's worth it, right? Voldemort after all. What would Kevin's perfect day be like? Right. So this is, if you look at it from a theatre point of view, I'd say, as long as I can, send everyone home happy and excited about the rehearsal, and if I can go home and meet my two sons before they go to sleep after doing all that, and my family and my wife, then that would be a perfect day. All right, that was very exciting. I guess I probably might have to get a copy of this. I keep studying about myself, things that I didn't know. Looking forward to the next one. All right, so the final segment, and guess what it is? Never have I ever. I've dodged this almost at every party, and I know there'll be a lot of friends out there who will be very excited to see me doing this. Oh boy, in front of a camera. All right, let's get this over with.
Never have I ever eaten a whole pizza by myself.
Have.
Never have I ever cried while watching Titanic.
I watched it when I was about 14, 15. I'm a very emotional guy. I felt, yeah, come on, I did cry.
Never have I ever tried out sweet martial art moves by myself.
Oh yeah, I have, and got injured quite a few times too, a lot, on stage.
Never have I ever smuggled food or candy into a movie theater.
Well, I have. It's very expensive these days, well, it's all right, it's just candy, sweets.
Never have I ever been on a fad diet.
Failed, but tried.
Never have I ever had a fake ID.
I don't think I've had a fake ID, no.
Never have I ever lied to get a job.
No, I haven't.
Never have I ever re-gifted something that was gifted to me.
Probably might have, but it looked nice and I didn't want it, so probably I felt that it be good to give it to someone else, and you can make use of it.
Never have I ever eaten food that fell on the floor.
Well, we're boys and we do things and do disgusting things sometimes. Yeah, I have, yes.
Never have I ever made dumb faces at myself in the bathroom mirror.
Of course you do. You're an actor. You try different things. You different facial muscles. You try different things, and that's when you realize how dumb you can be sometimes. Your face, and expressions.
Never have I ever tried to see how many marshmallows can I fit in my mouth.
No, not a fan of marshmallows anyway, so I don't think I tried that trick.
Never have I ever stayed up for more than 24 hours.
I have. Yeah, although I want to sleep, it's not by choice, but to get things done, and my fear is that, those days are approaching in the next 2 weeks.
Never have I ever sung a Justin Bieber song in the shower.
No, not Justin Bieber, no. I've tried to sing, that's when I realized I can't, but then, not Justin Bieber.
Never have I ever gotten a tattoo I regret.
No, well, clearly, for my skin, you probably might not even see it, so no.
Never have I ever dyed my hair and had it turn out terribly.
No, although I put, makeup, and it's been sticky for quite, it has been sticky for quite a few days, but no, I've never dyed my hair.
Never have I ever stayed in my pajamas all day long.
Clearly have. You want those days where, you want to do nothing, so yeah, I have.
Never have I ever talked my way out of getting in trouble.
No, I'm not a great talker, so clearly I can't, get myself out of trouble talking.
Never have I ever had a surprise party thrown for me.
I have had a lot of surprise parties thrown to me.
Never have I ever hated a present but told someone that I loved it.
Yeah, as in, when people gift you shirts and trousers that don't fit you and something, you can't be rude, right? So I love it. But yeah.
Never have I ever given a stranger a fake phone number.
I might have, when you don't like people, just give one number wrong purposely. Yeah, I think I've done that.
Never have I ever tried to make someone jealous.
Clearly, at some point in life, you do that. Don't want to go into details, but yeah.
Never have I ever snuck into a concert or professional sports event.
Probably have done that during school time, but no, not recently.
Never have I ever made a prank call.
Actually, no. I've known people who've done that, and I've been in the prisons, but no, I told you I can't. I'm not a talker, so I can't do that.
Never have I ever forged my parents' signature.
No, I have not done that.
Never have I ever kissed a poster of a celebrity.
Probably have done that long time back, just to make that clear, but thanks. I can't believe I'm answering these questions.
Never have I ever worked with someone I hated with the burning fire of 1,000 suns.
No. I've not worked with anyone like that. When it comes to a stage where if you can't, then you just have to bow out gracefully and go. But then I haven't worked with anyone like that, no.
Never have I ever lied about a family member dying as an excuse to get out of doing something.
No, I have not. Most of my family members aren't in Sri Lanka anyway. Most of them are abroad. So I can't use that excuse, unfortunately.
Never have I ever broken the law.
Well, if you consider traffic light laws, yeah. Late for rehearsals and then, go on a red light. I got copped as well, but then, yeah. Well, it's very minor offense. I don't know if it's minor or not, but compared to the other things that's happening.
Never have I ever tried to sleep with my eyes open.
Well, I tried, but clearly not. I failed. I think I couldn't see much, so probably guessing that, my eyes were closed.
Never have I ever talked to myself when nobody was watching.
Well, we do that all the time. Again, if you consider, taking your lines or rehearsing your lines as talking to yourself, then yeah, I do that a lot.
Never have I ever watched any Game of Thrones episodes.
No, I have. I have. Huge fan.
Never have I ever imagined myself singing on a large stage.
Well, I can't sing, but I can imagine singing, right? So I've done that. That's the closest I can get to singing on stage.
Never have I ever made a duck face when taking a selfie.
Clearly not. Clearly not. Never going to attempt it either.
Never have I ever daydreamed about being on a talk show and what I'd talk about.
I have. Yes. And probably it's about getting the act together for, a lot of things for, people, youth, country, getting the basics right probably. If I get to talk, probably that's what I'll talk about. Get the discipline right, get the act together.
Never have I ever lied during this game.
I don't think so, because I've answered some other questions which I didn't want to answer as well. So, truthfully, I don't think I've lied. Alright, so I guess that's the end of it, and it's been extremely fun being here, and I guess all of you who'd be watching it had the same amount of fun knowing about me as well. I will be directing Greece, and it's going to be staged in Sri Lanka, so please come on the 1st to the 4th of August. That's when we will be staging it. So if you have time, please head there to the Lion event, get your tickets and be there to support the arts of Sri Lanka.